when it comes to comics, Japan and America usually come to mind. Today will be a different experience for most of us though, as we are going to explore the Australian comic exhibition at the Bangkok Arts and Culture Centre. So follow me. For the first time in Thailand, we get to experience a brand new exhibition featuring artwork from 33 prolific Australian cartoonists and illustrators, including manga-style artists and Zen Pencil's block artists, and we discover how Australian comics interact with culture and literature. The Australian Embassy in Thailand, in collaboration with curator Jakub Mazarant of Illustrate Your Life, are holding the Australian Comics Promoting Culture Through Visual Storytelling exhibition in Thailand at the Bangkok Arts and Culture Centre from the 15th to the 27th of March. The exhibition is designed to introduce their original styles and approaches to the medium. It consists of selected pages from various comic books and graphic novels. One of the artists participating in the event is Ben Mitchell. He lives in an Australian beach town called Newcastle. Ben creates comics based on real people and places in his neighborhood. He said he wants to create a story that only he can tell about what's happening in his city.
I did this story about an organic farm that continued operating during COVID. I did a story about my friend's restaurant. He runs like a sandwich shop that converted into a grocery store that did deliveries during the COVID lockdown, things like that. So I try to tell stories that are very close to my home and very close to my heart, that I feel a responsibility to be communicating with the rest of the world.
For Nicholas, a comics scholar at Chulalongkorn University, the highlight of Australian comics are visuals and how the stories are told.
There is something that is really vivid, that is really strong visually. So the lines are really telling, are really graphic, so visually it's really strong. You can really see the characters right away. The colors are vivid, so it gives a sense like something like a punch. It's really punchy. About the storytelling, what is also interesting is the diversity of topics. So there is a lot of, here in this exhibition, non-fiction comics, so it means that these are real stories. So they are based on true stories that happened to them, autobiographic stories. So they are telling their own story, what happened to them. And I think that is really, really interesting and really interesting to discover.
The exhibition comes to Thailand after touring Germany and Poland with great success, according to the Polish curator Jakub. He said the show will ignite new creative relations and future collaboration opportunities for Australian and Thai artists. What's important to him is to prove that comics can find their place everywhere.
Comics and embassies, they don't really mix. They don't really go well together, because embassy may be perceived as really formal place that comics maybe don't belong. We are able to prove this wrong. So we are able to prove that comics can find its place everywhere.
Gitipat Churnsukjit reporting for Thai PBS World.